Hello guys, it is EanSayBoo. Okay, calm down, Ian. Welcome to the second episode, and I hope you are having a good day or night. And today we are going to be talking about Jack the Ripper. It all began in the fall of 1888. A shadow fell over the Whitechapel district in London when a series of murders took place targeting women who were living in poverty and were ladies of the night for a living. The killer, who would later be called Jack the Ripper, is believed to have murdered at least 5 women. The first victim, Mary Ann Nicole, was found on August 31st, starting a wave of fear throughout the city of London. The mysterious killer operated undercover in the dark and struck without warning, leaving residents and police in shock. The Canonical 5 victim, Mary Ann Nicole, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine E. Dowles, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, and Mary Jane Kelly, who all lived in Whitechapel, the district of London. They all struggled with economic hardship and were also ladies of the night. Each woman died during the early morning hours, and the crime scene revealed signs of how he murdered his victims. The police believed the murders were connected due to the similarities and tight time frame. The last known victim, Mary Jane Kelly, was murdered inside her home, which allowed the killer more time than was previous attack. The investigation was one of the largest and most high-profile of its time, but despite questioning many suspects and following countless leads, the police were never able to catch the killer. Some letters were sent to the press and police claiming to be from the killer. One of the letters was signed Jack the Ripper, giving the killer his name and further fueled the panic. As a result, the killer kept on vanishing without a trace. The killer used a very sharp knife and cut each victim by their throat from left to right. After death, the bodies would be mutilated in ways that suggested the killer had anatomical interest. I'm sorry, I don't even know if I'm saying this right. Anatomy interest. I'm just going to say anatomy interest or knowledge about anatomy. Internal organs such as kidneys, small intestine, and uteruses were deliberately removed in some of the cases. Investigators at the time, including police surgeon Dr. Thomas Bond, who believed the Ripper had at least basic anatomy or surgical knowledge, possibly from being a doctor, a medical student, or even a butcher. The first suspect was believed to be Aaron Kosminski, who is a Polish-Jewish immigrant. He was a hairdresser and asylum patient. He lived in Whitechapel at the time of the murder, was institutionalized shortly after the last murder, and he was known to suffer from severe mental illnesses. but the police only refers to Aaron Kosminski as a Polish Jew of low class with homicidal tendency. As a Polish Jew of, which contributed to the public rising anti-Semitism, especially to those who immigrated to London to escape pogroms in Eastern and Central Europe. But it doesn't mean that he isn't Jack the Ripper. The second suspect is Montague John Druitt, who is a barrister and an educator. He did study medicine, but after the last murder, he committed suicide. The third suspect is Michael Ostrog, who is a Russian immigrant who had a long criminal history involving theft, fraud, robbery, and attempted murder in England and France. He was allegedly a surgeon in the Russian Navy, but in 1874 he was arrested for 10 years for robbery, contempt, and attempted murder, and was released in 1883. 4 years later, in July of 1887, he stole a trophy from a cricket contest in France and was sentenced to 6 months and moved to England after his sentences. So personally, I believe Michael Ostrog was Jack the Ripper. Whether or not if he is or not, it will still remain a mystery.